Hi there, I'm Les Newman. I'm an emergency first response instructor trainer. This public service announcement is intended to help those of you who, during this COVID-19 crisis, find yourself for the first time having to perform ordinary everyday tasks wearing something like this. Like many of you, I'm the designated shopper in our household, and this morning I was standing outside the store in line waiting to get in. I noticed on the ground around me an assortment of discarded gloves. Two things struck me. The first thing that struck me was how negligent of those people to just simply take them off and throw them away, for someone else to have to pick up and possibly transfer anything that's on those gloves to the other person. The second thing was it was obvious from the way the gloves were thrown on the ground that the people who took them off had absolutely no idea whatsoever how to take them off properly. They were putting themselves in danger just by not removing the gloves in the proper fashion. Yes, I had my gloves on, and yes, I picked up those gloves for the owner of the store, who's a friend of mine, and disposed of them properly. But that's not the point of this. A lot of people are wearing gloves. Some of them were wearing surgical style gloves. Some of the gloves I picked up this morning were like this. Glove that you'd find in a garage, heavy duty mechanics gloves so the grease won't get on their hands. I even found a couple of these. These are dollar store specials. You can get them in the dollar store. And they're used in the food processing industry so that people don't have to handle the food produce with their bare hands. They will all provide a measure of protection against COVID-19 and other viruses, but only if they're used properly. So let's have a look at how that's done. First and foremost, you want to make sure you put your gloves on carefully, slowly. You don't want to snap them, pull them, tear them, puncture them in any way, because that's just an invitation for a virus to creep in. Yes, long fingernails are a problem, and if you've got a ring with a very sharp edge on it, you might want to consider either removing it or at least turning it under so possibly it doesn't puncture out the back of your finger. So your gloves are on. You're about to go into the store. And that's when it all starts to unfold. You're there, you're handling the railings, you're handling the produce, you're having to put everything onto the conveyor belt, and you're headed outside. You can't see it, but anything that you've touched is now reflected on your gloves. Which brings us to an important point. Gloves worn in this fashion are always single use. Doesn't matter how carefully you take them off, doesn't matter that you think that they're clean, they probably are not. Once they come off your hands, you have to dispose of them. So how do we take them off? First of all, we'll start over on the base of this glove, somewhere near the heel of our hand. All right? And it's glove to glove, skin to skin. So what we do is the contaminated glove pinches the other contaminated glove and very carefully pulls it backwards, turning the contaminated glove inside out, and gather the contaminated glove inside out into the second glove. Now it's skin to skin. With my clean hand touching the inside, the clean side of the second contaminated glove, gently pull the glove backwards, again, allowing it to turn inside out, gathering the glove, the clean side of the glove, into my clean hand. Now it's time to dispose of the gloves. Well, if you have your own personal biohazard bag, you can use that. Most people don't. So if you're taking gloves to go shopping, take a few of these along. They're Ziploc bags. Once you've removed the gloves, put them in the Ziploc bag, seal it up, put it in the garbage. Most municipalities will allow you to dispose of gloves like this, in this fashion, into your black garbage bag. If you're not sure, check with your municipality. If you don't have a Ziploc bag or a biohazard bag, something similar, find the closest garbage can that's got a plastic liner and put it into the garbage can, far enough down so it's not going to blow out. All right? Once you've done that, you want to sanitize your hands. If you can, wash your hands according to World Health Organization standards for 20 seconds and make sure that they're completely clean. Using gloves is an effective way to reduce the possibility of spread of disease for you catching disease, all right? But only if they're used properly. Would you do me a favor and share this video, if only to help those who are using these gloves to learn how to do it properly to reduce the likelihood of infection. If you want more information on things like barrier use or other things like CPR, primary, secondary first aid, Emergency First Response has courses in over 100 countries around the world where we can help you. Look it up at emergencyfirstresponse.com and we'd be glad to help you out. For the time being, please stay safe. Please use your gloves carefully and safely for the benefit of everyone. Take care.